Let me show you something worth noticing. You're going to lose money this year, not because you're unlucky, because you don't know what money actually does when it's sitting still. And while everyone else is waiting for the perfect moment, a small group is already building escape velocity. Here's how they're doing it, and why most people will never catch up. Let me tell you something nobody wants to hear. The gap between zero and your first real chunk of capital is wider than the gap between that and $1 million. It's not a spending problem. It's not a motivation problem. It's a math problem you don't see yet. And until you see it, every paycheck is just rent on your current life. So here's the real question. Can you live like you're invisible for 2 years? Because if you can, you'll have something 90% of people will spend their entire lives chasing. And if you can't, you'll understand exactly why you're still here in 2027 asking the same questions. 3 moves, 24 months. One outcome that changes everything after. First move, surgical spending. Here's what's actually happening to your money right now. It's leaving constantly in amounts too small to notice and too frequent to track. You think you know where it goes. You don't. Most people are off by 30% when they guess their monthly spending. That gap is the difference between building something and treading water. For the next 730 days, you need one filter for every dollar. Does this move me closer, or does this keep me comfortable? Comfort is expensive. It's the premium you pay to stay exactly where you are. Your housing cost is probably eating 35 to 40% of your income. Can you cut that in half? Roommate? Smaller place? Different zip code? I'm not saying it's fun. I'm saying it's 24 months. You're not decorating your forever home. You're buying your future freedom with present discomfort. Transportation. Do you need the car, or do you need the status of the car? Because one costs $300 a month, and the other costs your next 2 years. Food is where most people hemorrhage money and don't realize it until they actually track it. Delivery apps are charging you $18 for $7 worth of food. Restaurants are selling you $40 of atmosphere with $8 of ingredients. For 2 years, you eat like you're training for something because you are. Bulk rice, bulk protein, vegetables. Cook Sunday, eat all week. Boring? Absolutely. Effective? You'll save $600 to $800 a month and not even feel deprived after week 3. Everything else, subscriptions, entertainment, new clothes, weekend trips, goes to zero. Not reduced. Zero. You're not being cheap. You're being intentional. There's a difference, and wealthy people know it. If you can get your monthly burn rate under $2,000, suddenly the math starts working. But most people won't do this because it means becoming temporarily invisible. No new outfits, no concert posts, no flex. Just quiet accumulation while everyone else is performing their financial life online. Second move, income stacking. Here's the truth about your job. It's not enough, even if it's good, even if you like it. One income stream in 2025 is a structural disadvantage. You need multiple vectors of money coming in, and you need them now. The internet has created something that didn't exist before, the ability to monetize spare time at scale. You have skills someone will pay for. Writing, design, code, bookkeeping, video editing, social media. Doesn't matter what it is, matters that you sell it. 2 freelance clients at $1,000 each per month. 10 hours a week. That's $24,000 a year. You just added the equivalent of a $30,000 raise after taxes. Stack that with a 10-hour weekend gig, driving, delivery, whatever, and you're adding another $1,200 a month. That's $38,000 in additional annual income. Your main job is 40 hours. These additions are 20 to 25 hours. You're working 60 to 65-hour weeks for 2 years, while everyone else is watching Netflix and wondering why nothing changes. Here's what nobody tells you. Overtime is the most underrated wealth tool for W-2 employees. If your job offers it, you take every single hour, time and a half. Double time on holidays. You're getting paid premium rates to work hours you were going to waste anyway. And everything you own that you haven't touched in a year? Gone. Sell it. Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Poshmark. That's $5,000 to $10,000 sitting in your closet doing nothing. It's not stuff. It's capital you haven't deployed yet. The uncomfortable truth: most people are willing to complain about money, but not willing to work 70-hour weeks to change it. They want the outcome without the input, and that's fine. But they don't get to be confused about why they're still broke. Third move, immediate deployment. Every dollar you save has one job: multiply. Not sit, not wait, multiply. Most people save money and then park it. Checking account earning 0.5%. High yield savings earning 4% if they're smart. But 4% isn't building wealth. It's barely keeping pace with inflation. You're running on a treadmill. Every dollar goes into an S&P 500 index fund the day you get it. Not next month. Not when you have enough saved. That day. Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, doesn't matter. Lowest fees possible. Auto invest. Remove the decision. Why index funds? Because you don't have time to research individual stocks. Because you don't need to be a genius. Because over time, the S&P returns roughly 10% annually. Some years more, some years less. Short term, it's volatile. Long term, it's reliable. You're dollar cost averaging, buying every month regardless of price. When it's high, you buy less shares. When it drops, you buy more. Market crashes? Good. Everything's on sale and you're still buying. Most people panic and stop. You keep going because you understand something they don't. Crashes are where wealth transfers from the emotional to the disciplined. Here's the math. $4,000 a month for 24 months is $96,000 invested. If the market gives you 8% over that period, you end up with around $102,000. If it gives you 5%, you're at $99,000. If it crashes and you're down 10%, you're at $88,000. But you've been buying the dip the whole way. And when it recovers, you're positioned for massive gains. The point isn't the exact number at month 24. The point is you're building the machine that will run for the next 40 years. The point is you're learning to invest when it's scary. The point is you're creating separation from people who wait for the right time and never start. Here's what actually happens if you do this. Month 1 to 3. It feels impossible. You're tracking pennies. You're tired from extra work. You're watching friends do things you're not doing. You question everything. Month 4 to 8, something shifts. You stop missing the stuff. You get faster at the side work. The account balance is actually moving. You see $15,000, then $25,000. It's real now. Month 9 to 18, you're in the tunnel, head down, executing. You've forgotten what it felt like to spend carelessly. Work is just work. The balance hits $50,000, and you realize you're halfway. This is actually happening. Month 19 to 24. You're different now. Disciplined. Focused. The math is working. You're going to hit six figures, and you understand something most people never learn. Wealth isn't about income. It's about the gap between what you make and what you keep. And you've engineered that gap into something most people will never create. The real win isn't the $100,000. The real win is that you've proven to yourself you can do hard things. You've built discipline. You've rejected comfort. You've become someone who executes. And here's the dark truth. Most people reading this won't do it. They'll think it sounds too extreme. They'll justify why their situation is different. They'll wait for a better time. And in 2 years, they'll be exactly where they are now, wondering why nothing's changed. But some of you won't. Some of you will read this, feel something shift, and decide, not tomorrow, right now. You'll open the budgeting app. You'll browse Upwork. You'll set up the investment account. You'll make the decision that separates people who want things from people who build things. 24 months of intentional discomfort, one outcome that changes every month after. The question isn't whether it works. The math is clear. The question is whether you're willing to be uncomfortable while everyone around you stays comfortable and broke. You already know the answer. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and turn on notifications